B.I.B. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. You could be the next Oprah. Or like Obama giving hope. Black is beautiful.
Welcome back. This your girl, H.E.R, B.I.B, Black is Beautiful. And today, I have a topic on immigration camps on Southern Texas. But before I get into that, I would like to do a special shout out to H.E.R. I love her album that she got out right now. It is called H.E.R. Her name is H.E.R, H.E.R. And ever since I seen her perform at the BET Awards live, like up and close, like I was hooked. I wanted more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know who she was. And she's a beautiful, beautiful queen. Some of my favorite songs that I like of hers is Focus.
Hey, can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?
Best Part of Me.
You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see.
Every Kind of Way.
I want you off my mind. And on me, holding me closer than we've ever been before. This ain't.
I can just keep going on. Like I have those particulars on that in that order on like repeat for the past 3 weeks now. So yes, I highly suggest you guys go check out our music. Her album's out right now called H.E.R. Back to the topic that I will be discussing on is immigration camps in Southern Texas.
A massive shelter along the Mexico border where migrant children eat, sleep, and learn. Once a Walmart's Casa Padre in Brownsville, Texas, is now being used by the U.S. government to house nearly 1,500 migrant boys, most of them Central American or Mexican. And the first thing they see when they come in, this mural of President Trump, with a line he tweeted 2 years before being elected to office. Quote, sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. As they line the hallways to go outside and play for their allotted 2 hours a day, the kids pass murals featuring other U.S. presidents and inspirational quotes. Most are unaccompanied minors, while dozens of others have been forcibly separated from their parents as a result of a new Trump administration zero-tolerance policy that prosecutes anyone who crosses the border illegally, a measure that sparked outrage from both sides of the aisle Thursday.
This is barbaric. This is not what America is, but this is the policy of the Trump administration.
We don't want kids to be separated from their parents. I think I just made that really clear.
This is the first look at Casa Padre. The footage released by the Department of Health and Human Services comes after a U.S. senator was turned away when trying to gain access. An influx of immigrants has brought the facility to the brink of capacity, with the shelter receiving a waiver to house nearly 300 more children than it's licensed for. A recent Reuters report showed that nearly 1,800 immigrant families were separated at the border from October 2016 to February of this year.
At first, I was going to be coming on here and be like, rah, rah, Trump, how dare you have those kids in those warehouses? How dare you guys talk about these people like they're not human? Like, I can't believe you guys, you Republicans, you Confederates. I was just going to be rah, rah. But actually, I did my research before I did this video. And I actually found out that this has been going on for 20 plus years. And they have over 5,000 per camp in Southern Texas. Filled with minorities and families that's been separated, and then people are just locked up in these warehouses, and it really looks like concentration camps. Like if you see these pictures, it's sad to see that they have more like mats on the floor with aluminum sheets on it. Like, these kids don't have no type of structure in their day. They're not learning anything. They're treated like cage animals. They're treated like dogs. And it's so hard to just believe that America is actually doing this type of stuff today. Like, I'm embarrassed of our country right now. Like, have we not learned from slavery? Have we not learned from the Holocaust? Like, have we not learned what we did to the natives? Like, when will history stop repeating itself? I'm not saying that it's right for them to come onto our country, work illegally, work without paying taxes, and flooding our systems and our streets, and they're not really giving back because they're not really paying for taxes on anything. They're getting paid underneath the table. They're doing things under the government's radar, and the government doesn't like that. I get it, but we need to find a different system to what we have in place right now. It's just unhumane. It's heartbreaking. It's not empathetic at all. And I feel like this is a very serious topic. I just want my viewers to be open or awake about. I hope you guys are awake about this topic. But for over 15 years, the O.R. immigration used to collect minors at the border. They used to show up at the border all by themselves. Now they are forced to take in the children that has been separated from their parents. And what is the limit, the age limit that they've been separated from? It starts at 5. So they're taking these kids that are 5 years old to 17, and they're putting them in these warehouses and these camps that look like concentration camps, and they just is not the good of living, and they're treated like animals. They've been called by animals by our American people that support Trump, are calling them animals, like, oh, that's what they're getting, it's their parents' fault, their parents should have never brought them over here. If you think like that, like, I'm not even going to blame you for that, because that's just ignorance that's been passed down from your parents, from their parents, and then their parents. Like, that's that Confederate mindset and that superior attitude that you believe in. Like, please don't say that I'm out here saying Trump is this, Trump is bad, rah, 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 Trump is the devil, we need to attack Trump. That's not the purpose of this video. I do want to disclose, I am not a Trump supporter. I did not vote for Trump. So I am a Democrat, and that's what my political stance is. But this is not a I hate Trump video. This is showing light on the conditions that has been taking place of these kids in warehouses and sleeping on floors with aluminum sheets on it. That picture, everyone who knows me knows that I love kids, and kids are my passion. So for me to see this, it's just heartbreaking. It just seems like it's just the beginning of how concentrated camps started. So what solution do I have to offer? Because I strongly feel, after a couple of seminars I've been to, that says don't speak on a problem unless you're willing to give a solution, because else you're just a critic. And I just don't want to be a critic. I want to give an actual solution. And if someone in the government sees this video and like, hey, that sounds like a good idea, please use it. Don't even give me credit for it. Like, if I could just throw out a possible way that we can solve this problem where Americans won't look like these big bad bullies and trying to keep everyone out of our country, and the other way, the countries feel respected when they're trying to come in legally and trying to get citizenship here and trying to build a life and a better home for their families. We need to find a way to compromise. And all we're doing is traumatizing these kids that are in this warehouse right now. We're just creating a whole cycle of a generation of bitterness into these kids, and then they're just going to grow up and they're going to pass that down to their kids, and it's not, the cycle is just not getting broken. So we have to figure out a way that we can do an appropriate change. First, I think we need to double our border patrol. We need to double the amount of men there. We need to have a first shift, second shift, and third shift, and we need to double the amount of people we have. We are strict. We need to treat those borders like we treat the safety of our presidents. How they have it locked down, the White House locked down and secure. They need to do that same type of technique style to the border that goes along Canada and Mexico. So it's not whatever country that's attached to ours. We need to have it locked down like Fort Knight. And no, I don't agree with the wall. I don't think the wall is a good idea, because they're just going to find a different way to hop over. But if we double our security increases, we lock it down like Fort Knight, and we have buses that are waiting for those who actually do attempt to make it over and they get caught, and to load them up on the bus and then have a location in Mexico or wherever that's near to drop them back off and let their police system take care of it, and let their foster care system or whatever their shelter is for their children, have them take care of it instead of putting all blame on us and saying we're caging these people up. Let's have buses ready to just ship the family and children back to the police station in Mexico or whatever cities are surrounded in Mexico that they can be dropped off in different locations through the top of Mexico. And then when they do get captured, we find them, we tag them, so if it happens again, they'll make it even harder for them to gain citizenship into our country, and then we will have the more times they have attempted, then the more stricter and the more consequences they'll be placed on them by our side. We need to build an extra shelter camp that actually have bunk beds and food and clothes and stuff for them to entertain their minds while they're in their state. And they should not be in there for no more than 100 days. And then they should be placed on the bus to go back to Mexico. The time you get slapped on the wrist, get sent back. The second time, you get fined and you get sent back. The third time, okay, now you gotta spend a little time in our prison system. You get fined, and it's gonna be some years before you can apply for citizenship in the United States. And then when they get out, now you're gonna be shipped out to our most serious prisons for a very long time. And you're getting fined, and you can never apply. You know, have steps like that type of punishment versus separating families and putting them in warehouses. Also, for the families that are coming in, the mothers and the children that are 5 and under, they should be placed into a shelter when there's a bus to provide to take them back into their country, drop off. The parents, the mother gets fined, and it makes it harder for her to apply for the citizenship the right way. And just little consequences like that versus locking them up. Just gather a bus and ship them back for the kids. Have them have a safe shelter for them to stay in that has bunk beds and actual blankets and something for them to stimulate their minds. Have good food. Our prisoners eating better than these kids. Like, actually have like some type of program that helps these kids go back to their country and some resources to help them do it the right way. And we should have resources set up like that. And then put it in your school system as a class. Teach these kids the right way to get into our country. Educate them, and then once they're graduating, put them in programs to help them get over here faster. And while those are in place, we need to start looking into why is it so hard for them to get accepted in the first place. Revamp that whole system, that whole process. Get these people citizenized, get their citizenship, so they can start working in our country, so they can start paying taxes, so they can start contributing back to our economy. Like, how come that is not the focus? Oh, yes, they come in large amounts. We get them to be citizens, they're going to get a job the right way, then they're going to be taxed, and they're going to buy a house, and they're going to be taxed, and they're going to buy our food, and they're going to be taxed, and then they're going to want to enjoy different things in the United States, and they're going to be charged, and then our economy grows, and then the circle of life continues. So I don't understand why have we not put this in place, or why is it so hard for them, or what's the reason why it takes a long time to get them accepted. Why does it take so particular or so keen for them to even get a green card for permanently, whether it's permanently, school, work, any type of visa, like get these people to the side so they can start contributing to our country the right way. Like, I understand why you guys want to come over here. I understand why the border stuff is put into place. I understand both sides of it, but okay, we want to come to America. You guys can't come to America without getting citizenship. Well, it's so hard to get citizenship because you guys make us go through all these hoops, and it's impossible, and it takes too long. Well, there's too many of you guys coming in here, and we can't to take all you guys in. You guys have to wait the process. You have to wait till our sentences go down. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I get both arguments, so we have to come to a compromise. So we can't make everybody happy. I do know that. That's not the word I'm trying to portray. But we just need to just come together and find a different way on how to do things. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been my pleasure to inform you guys on the immigration camps in southern Texas. I feel like we should find a different way to support these people. We need to find a different way to either make them have consequences. We just need to have a better way than putting them, those youth, into consequences. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. It's your girl H.E.R, B.I.B, Black is Beautiful. Yes, Black is Beautiful. Remember, stay true to yourself. Practice self-love, self-care, self-worth. You are beautiful. Live in your truth. B.I.B. Black is beautiful.
You a queen,
And you jerk.
you a king.
Whoa.
Black is beautiful. Follow your dreams by any means.
Come on.
B.I.B. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. You could be the next Oprah. Or like Obama giving hope, yeah.